Hi, my name is Paul Anson and I'm author of The Sales Pro, and I want to go through today the 8-step process that the Sales Pro uses in order to create the structure and the flow of their presentation. So what are those 8 steps? Step number 1, matching benefits. Step number 2, raising the perception of a matching benefit. Step number 3, testing the water. Step number 4, involving the senses. Step number 5, emotional connection. Step number 6, price presentation. Step number 7, reason to buy today. And step number 8, commitment to move forward. So what are the details of each one of those steps? What exactly is a matching benefit? A matching benefit is a benefit that the actual sales pro has identified matches a need to the particular client. The average sales performer has their own idea of what benefits they're going to present to a client, and they just start presenting all of the benefits of their particular solution. The sales pro will never do that, because when you actually start to present all of the benefits, there are no real benefits that really are highlighted that are really important to the client. When you actually highlight and match the benefits to the particular problems the customer's having, and you only talk about those matching benefits to what the customer is needing, you don't dilute the importance of those benefits by presenting them with everything. So the sales pro only talks about matching benefits. Before they present a matching benefit, they use step number 2. And step number 2 is they raise the perception of the need for that particular matching benefit before they present it. And they raise the perception by getting the client to talk about the particular problem that is actually a solution they're about to present with this matching benefit. The more someone talks about a problem they've got, the more they want that solution. So when you present it, it actually is like, wow, has more of a wow factor than if you just actually present a solution that you know is a response to a problem they've got. So raising the perception is step number 2. Step number 3 is testing the water. So they'll match benefits, number 1. They'll raise the perception of those benefits, number 2, and then they'll actually start testing the water as they go through the presentation. So once they've actually raised the perception of a benefit, presented their solution, they'll then say, how do you feel about that? Can you see how that would be an advantage over what you're currently using? Step number 4 is simply to reinforce that they're involving the senses. So there are senses that everybody utilizes to reinforce their connection to what is being shown. There's visual, there's auditory, and there's kinesthetic. So obviously visual is a picture paints 1,000 words. You're showing something rather than actually presenting it and telling them. But to actually get the client to hear what is going on, if you've identified that there's an auditory element, by switching something on and showing how the low noise volume is an advantage to that particular person, maybe something that makes sense. If they're kinesthetic, you may want to hand them part of what you're presenting if you're able to do that, or have them push the start button if there is a start button on what you're presenting. But any involvement by getting them to actually physically interact is going to be very, very powerful to what you're actually presenting. So involving the senses is a key element. And then there's emotional connection. That's number 5. The ability to emotionally connect with your particular client by really identifying, is there a fear element? Is there a need? Is there a love or a pride or a profit through owning what you're actually presenting? And if you don't focus on the emotional elements of why that client may buy from you, and you only focus on the logical elements, then you're going to end up with an ice cold presentation. So identify what the emotional reason will be as to why they would want to move forward and incorporate that into your presentation. Step number 6 is the price presentation. So when you're presenting a particular solution to a client and you've actually got to a point where now price is what you want to go over, talk about price as an investment. And more importantly, also reinforce the difference between what their current solution may be costing them and what the actual solution or the investment will be for the solution you're presenting. And you talk about that difference. You don't talk about the whole number. That way you're actually identifying and bringing it down more to a ridiculous point of the difference, and that's what they focus on. And then you reinforce, once you've presented that difference, the elements of what the benefits are they're going to get for that particular solution should they move forward. You never leave a client just thinking about price. Once you've presented the investment, you'll reinforce what they're getting for that investment. And there's a number of ways you can actually present price. You can give a choice of prices that give them a good, better or best solution, or you can bring the price down to ridiculous so that you actually really reinforce this particular solution, if they move forward, will cost them only so much per day, and you can break that down should you want to do that. So price presentation is a key point. The 7th element is the reason to buy today. So everyone wants some reason as to why they should move and do something. Obviously, the fact that they're going to gain tremendous advantage by what you have to offer is enough reason for them to move forward, but also people want that little extra element that gives them something in addition as to why they would do it now. The reason to buy today, or your reason to buy today that you present, should never be the main reason they're going to move forward. It should just be icing on the cake. Okay, because I'm getting this extra incentive or this extra discount, this makes sense for me to do something that I was already going to do anyway. And then step number 8 is just the commitment to move forward. It might be the commitment to actually move forward with the actual sale, or it might be commitment to move forward to the next stage of the sale. But this is the process that the Sales Pro utilizes. It creates a structure for your presentation when you incorporate these 8 elements, and more importantly, it's reinforcing the tailoring, the belief in what you're offering, and the conviction that this is the right solution for them as they move through the presentation. This is what the Sales Pro does, and if you want to incorporate these elements into your world, you will start to get the results the Sales Pro is getting. Simply reinforce the 8 elements through your presentation and you'll achieve results and more effective presentations that actually allow to commitments to move forward than you ever would have thought possible. Take advantage of this information today and go and sell more.